So, what does this title mean?
What you mean to me?
I am flattered, but what have I to do with all that?
What?
You mean to me, exactly.
The title or what I actually mean to you?
What title?
What you mean to me?
I don't know. What do I mean to you?
Okay, this is getting stupid. Just forget it.
But don't you want to know what you mean to me means to me? That would mean a lot to me.
Forget it!
And I never got to tell you what you mean to me.
I know she's a bright and beautiful girl, and I watch the stars shine and put my arms around her.
Hello, this is TheAnYPony and welcome to my review of Tommy Oliver's fanfiction, What You Mean to Me. With 65,000 or alternatively 69,000 words, depending on which version of the final chapter you chose to read, it is a rather short story, but thanks to its focus, it does not need to be longer. It is, in its heart, slice of life and romance. We follow the daily struggles of two characters and witness how their relationship develops. Depending on the version you are reading, you will also come across a mature and sex tag, but don't get the wrong impression. This story is not what is commonly known as a clopfic. It is a mature story including one scene of sexual intimacy. If this story would not take place in the MLP universe, nobody would even feel the need to mention this fact. Many of you might only know Tommy Oliver's analysis videos and not be aware of the fact that he is a storyteller as well. Not to say he has been a storyteller long before he made his first video analysis. And he only started those out of his passion for the narrative in MLP. Opposite to me, who started out of passion for video production and entertaining people. Or Digi, who started out of his love for analysis in general. A problem many fanfiction suffer from is that they are based on an idea rather than a narrative. Being a critical storyteller to begin with, Tommy understands how a short, believable and fulfilling story has to be created. And with What You Mean to Me, he clearly presents that he also knows how to put this knowledge into practice. But don't take it from me alone. Listen to somebody who has read far more books than me and actually knows what he is talking about. Take it away, Cloud. I said, take it away, Cloud. I guess he isn't here. Huh. Did I remember sending him an invitation? Well, no worries. I know exactly where to find him. Stand back, every pony. Fucking punch!
So when I say that, I guess I am being kind of vague about the loose details on something totally unspecified.
Holy shit!
Hey Birdman, I need your help with another fanfiction review.
What? You just put a hole in my channel! And I think you punched everyone in the face.
Nah, forget about it. Everyone is unimportant in the grand scheme of things. Come on and help me review a fanfiction.
Ugh. Which one is it?
Tommy Oliver's What You Mean to Me.
Oh, that thing. Sure, I'll talk with you about it. I mean, it's the least I can do since you put a hole in my channel.
Stop whining your silly sad sap and come with me through the rift to my channel, a place of miracles and wonders.
Ugh, fine. You know, you brony reviewers are pushing that rift joke to its breaking point. It stopped being funny 8 crossovers ago.
Fun fact, GameGhostPony turned this very idea into the literal framing device for his Epic Day of the Doctor crossover review.
Have you changed the background since I last came here?
Nope, it's the same grey radiance as always.
Oh, really? Wasn't it a different shade before or something?
Nope. I did get a jacuzzi installed, so.
Okay.
So, Cloud, would you like to summarize the setup for the story?
Sure, I guess.
Why so miserable? Don't you like the story?
No, the story is okay. I guess I'm just a little peeved that there's a massive gaping hole in my channel. Do you follow me? Oh, forget it. What You Mean to Me is a pony romance story starring Scootaloo and pony OC River Rhyme. River Rhyme is the narrator and tells the reader of several key events in his life after he comes to Ponyville searching for a new beginning. These key events, spread out over several years, detail how he and Scootaloo grow closer to each other over time, and their relationship culminates with them both having hot pony sex in River Rhyme's bed. That sounds like a spoiler, but it really isn't. The end of the story is alluded to in the beginning of the tale in a scene which basically gives away the climax. While that may sound like a counterintuitive decision to make from a narrative standpoint, do remember that the focus of the story is on the relationship between River Rhyme and Scootaloo and how it grows over time. Given Taking away the ending removes the stakes of the story and lowers the tension, since we all know how it works out in the end, and this allows the reader to focus on the journey instead of the destination, which helps to frame the themes.
Now, just let me compose myself. One aspect I probably should address before we continue, just so nobody calls me out on it. The author, Tommy Oliver, aka Brony Curious, is a good friend of mine. So is my view on his novel biased? Absolutely not. Why? Because I'm a totally honest and trustworthy individual who doesn't feel the need to sugarcoat his opinion to appease his friends.
No, you aren't. You spent long hours licking Tommy's shoes for subs.
That may be so, but you are an awful stick in the mud today.
I'm just incredibly pissed, and I think you know why. I'm starting to feel all nitpicky and judgmental.
Wow. I just realized, we just set up that I'm going to give a generally positive review because of my good mood, and you are going to be nitpicking and criticizing due to your bad mood. So I'm taking care of the positive of the story and you the negative. Similar to what I did in some of my top 5 yay and nay crossovers. That's so meta!
Oh, shut up.
Rude. Hey, you know what?
Huh?
You recognize that there are a lot of alcohol references in this story, like a lot of alcohol references?
Oh yeah, I getcha. And it's totally unnecessary, even for a story about an alcoholic. And as far as I know, the alcohol doesn't symbolize anything.
Well, I just came up with a drinking game for you. How about you read through the story again and take a shot every time Tommy makes a reference to alcohol?
Sounds good. In fact, I might do that right now. Maybe it will help me forget the fact that you put a massive gaping hole in my channel. Hey Max.
Yeah?
Do you have any German spirits I could use?
Oh sure, here.
Thanks. So I don't usually like romance stories. I feel that they can sometimes be redundant due to the contrived romance subplot already existing in the vast majority of entertainment outside the romance genre itself. The times in which I do enjoy romance stories are when they can use the romance as a theme or motif, instead of just having romance because romance is romance. One example would be The Fault in Our Stars, which uses romance as a commentary on personal agency in the grand scheme of things. The Bad Girl is a romance story in which the romance itself is subverted in service of a commentary on changing culture, and in What You Mean to Me, the romance is used as a motif to make a commentary on real-world romance. Is it successful? Well, that's what we're here to tell you.
I see. Well, I'm also really interested in your expertise about the story's writing style.
Well, the writing style suffers from what I like to call first novel syndrome. In other words, it wavers from profound to mundane and from composed to casual without proper course. It's no biggie, Dragon Charm suffered from first novel syndrome as well, and I still liked that. And unless you're a pretentious snob like me, you'll never notice it anyway, so my criticism is totally unnecessary.
But Tommy's writing is good, yeah?
Yeah, he's a good writer. He has the vocab, and he has the stanza and the scan, or whatever you call it. Seriously, there are some sections that were pure poetry, but this is his first published thing, so not only is there poetry, there's also, how do I be polite about this? Not poetry.
Subtle?
Dude, I've lost my capacity for subtlety. Your antics and this drink take it away.
You down under lightweights. That's what you get for all your restrictions on alcohol consumption. Now, let's backtrack a bit and return to the already mentioned flash forward in the opening. By the way, I asked Tommy about this. It is actually the other way around. This scene is not a flash forward at the beginning. The story actually starts in the present, and everything after that scene is a flashback, answering Rhyme's own question at the end of the prelude. How did all this even happen?
Mate! I already addressed this.
Right. Whatever the scene is, it shapes the entirety of the reading experience to an extreme degree. This impact given away plot points have is pretty much the reason I hate spoilers so much. In the given case, however, it is written deliberately as part of the narrative and is not just some kind of sneak peek that gives away developments that were intended to be surprises or plot twists. On the contrary, by pointing out at the very beginning where the story is going, Tommy became able to use very subtle hints and small but meaningful interactions between Rhymes and Scootaloo to show how their affection for each other grows, even allowing the reader to be up on it long before the narrator Rhymes himself realizes what's going on. Without the prelude, the reader would probably miss a lot of that and be totally surprised how things turn out. Additionally, considering the fact that Rhymes and Scootaloo are a rather unusual pairing, it is not a bad idea to let the reader know from the very beginning what he is in for. As open-minded as our fandom seems to be on a regular basis, I can tell from personal experience that there is a significant number of bronies with a rather conservative mindset.
That flash forward was...
It's not a flash forward. Haven't you been listening to what I just said?
No. Well, giving away the ending, dropping the pretenses, and doing away with the stakes in order to focus on the characters is a liberation for someone like me who often when reading either fantasy or romance gets jaded at the fact that I already know the ending will turn out, but the author writes as though I don't. Every fantasy and romance author is the same. Tommy did a good job on the framing device. It was brilliant.
That's positive, dude. Weren't you supposed to handle the negatives?
I don't care.
Scheiße, man. How are you this drunk already?
I skipped straight to chapter 4.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I forgot how much alcohol was in this story. Fuck. I will say, though, that River Rhyme is totally an author surrogate. He totally is.
No, I don't think he is.
Are you sure? He's a writer struggling to get recognized who believes in passion over profit and that love has no bounds. That sounds like Tommy Oliver to me. Why is the author surrogate sleeping with 15-year-old Scootaloo?
River Rhymes isn't an author surrogate. And you're not thinking straight. Go and read a book or something.
Dude, you are so irresponsible. Reading under the influence is very dangerous. Last time I did it, I wrapped my book around a lamppost and killed 2 innocent bystanders.
That doesn't make any sense.
You don't make any sense!
Anyways, Cloud actually managed to address the elephant in the room. This particular romance featuring cutesy candy-colored ponies includes some, shall we say, questionable content. The set romance in this novel is between Tommy's original character, not author surrogate by the way, River Rhymes, who is well above the appropriate age of consent, and the show's canon character Scootaloo, who is slightly below the appropriate age of consent.
Is Scootaloo that underaged? I mean, I get that she's 15 or something, but I don't know, isn't the legal age of consent 16 in my country?
Well, in Germany it's even 14.
Huh. So there'd totally be nothing wrong with River Rhyme getting funky with 15-year-old scoots in Germany, eh?
Well, it's not that simple.
I suppose what disappoints me a little bit is how Tommy implies that sex is a requirement of a meaningful romantic relationship. And this might have to do with Scootaloo not being in the role of the narrator, so we don't get to read her rationalizing behind having sex with River Rhyme. I mean, she just decides to do it. Maybe having her share the role of the narrator with River would have helped establish her approach to her own sexuality, broaden her character, and give her subjectivity in the narrative.
That was surprisingly coherent for a drunk person.
What did you just say about my wife?
Well, never mind then. Also, splitting the role of the narrator would have taken away from Rhymes, the character the reader is supposed to identify with. But back to the age issue. The essential takeaway message from this fiction is that love is unpredictable and does not cater to arbitrary societal borders and limitations. In this case, the arbitrary societal limitation is age. We find it disgusting to think that a grown adult could ever fall in romantic love with a teenager. Rightfully so, because many grown adults sexually abuse young people. However, What You Mean to Me calls our attitude towards this into question. Is it the act of an adult romantically pursuing a teenager that is wrong in and of itself? Or is it actually the abuse that so often gets associated with it? Tommy Oliver presents us with a situation where an adult has a sexual relationship with a teenager, but which is devoid of all forms of abuse. Scootaloo, the potential victim of this relationship, is not being taken advantage of in any way. This is called a subtext, and unlike a lot of fanfictions that present itself in the brony fandom, What You Mean to Me exists mostly in great service of its subtext, and for that this is one of my more recommended fanfics for those of you who want something a little bit more intellectual to stomach. If you are one of my viewers who still struggles with my often provocative liberal attitude, I especially would ask you to check out What You Mean to Me, since it is more subtle and apathic than I usually am. Maybe it helps you to get a better understanding of my point of view. Anyhow, that's enough from me. This is TheAnYPony saying see you.
Max, I love you. I know it's taken me such a long time to say it, but it's true. I will always love you. We've been through so much together. We've helped each other so much. I want to stay with you forever.
This is TheAnYPony saying see you soon.
I know she's a bright and beautiful girl, and I watch the stars shine and put my arms around
Oh, I feel horrible. I didn't do anything embarrassing that ended up on the internet, did I? Wait, is that a hole in my channel? How did that get there?
Oh, you were totally crazy yesterday, Cloud, mate. You just couldn't help yourself and you put a hole right through your channel backdrop. And then you punched everyone in the face.
Oh no!
I assume you have insurance?